Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I have an unenveloping to do. This is from Dawn and Mary at Two Hip Chicks, and they are Two Hip. And here we have a very nice cutting tool, which I love. Oh my goodness, what is in here? There is something in here I need, and I've been laying around for the last 2 days. Wearing a dress with my legs exposed. And when I bought this, I was thinking about all the people that I could give this to. Just come to realize this morning that this is a gift I need to give myself. You know, sometimes we do that. We give and we give. We don't think of ourselves. And we end up doing sometimes for others exactly what we need for ourselves. And, you know, if you're on an airplane and the oxygen just goes out of the cabin, and the cabin depressurizes, and there's no oxygen. Those masks that drop down. For years, I thought, no, I'm going to put that mask on my child first. You know what? I wouldn't be able to help my child if I didn't put the mask on first. So, this, one of the things in here, I was going to give to someone else, but I am going to use it for myself. Now, before we get to that thing, I want to show you that I got these cases that say eBay deals. And Dawn and Mary might have gotten these at a convention, or they got them this neoprene sleeve for screens. Now, this isn't a kind of case that you carry. It's the kind of case you put a device in. It's very nice. Good brand. But you put this inside of a case, or just you use it. Oh, it feels like there's something inside of this one. What could it be? Oh! It's a snowman, Pez, and socks. And these are Smugadoo socks. And they are so soft. Oh my goodness. I don't know if they're my size. But anyway. Very nice case. I got 1, 2. I need to make sure that there's nothing in the other rest of these. But before I get to the other 2, this is knitted. And I have given so many knitted items away. And what's so funny is I hang out online with so many different crochet ladies and yarn ladies. I mean, I don't knit. I don't crochet. I don't do any of that. But I have gotten rid of a bunch of knitted stuff. One item I got rid of, and I think my mother actually has it in the cedar chest here. I thought I'd gotten rid of it, and she saved it. Was an aunt of mine had made it. But she was the aunt. And let me see if any of you all relate to this. My uncle cheated on my aunt, the woman he married first that had his children. So this aunt that knitted this was the second wife who had harmed my aunt, his first wife, by having an affair with him. So I had mixed feelings about that aunt. So I got rid of her knitted thing, and my mother salvaged it because it's such a beautiful piece. She liked, the first wife too. She raised me and my brother with their children, and they were like, a family. So when the second wife came along, she was an interloper, and what her and my uncle did was absolutely wrong, and they didn't contribute to my cousin's upbringing at all as a couple, and not even him as their father. So that's why I got rid of that knitted piece. Now my mother saved it, but and I had gotten other knitted pieces and given them away, and finally I realized what it was. It was related to my feelings about this uncle and second aunt from that he had married. And I've been friends with all their sons, and I need to overcome it because I've associated my own personal comfort with that pain, that family pain. And you know what? None of that had anything to do with me. Actually, it was funny in a way because that first aunt, my real aunt, she was cousins with my father on the other side of the family. The uncle was my mom's brother that had abandoned my first aunt and her children. And they said if they'd ever have a daughter, they would want it to be me during that time too, because they had all sons. And my middle name, Elaine, is what they would have named their daughter. And so of all the cousins, it seemed like it was more personal to me because, I was like their adoptive daughter, and I was actually named for what they would have named their daughter. And since my father was related to my first aunt on his side of the family, I saw her again and again at reunions for his family. And she didn't hold back anything. She talked about all the pain to me when I was a young girl. And it really affected me. And I associated it with my own personal comfort after the second aunt had given me something knitted, because she was a crocheter. So I'm going to embrace crocheted and knitted things again and be more concerned about my own personal comfort than the pain that my uncle caused my family. I guess as you age, you figure out what in your life, in your early life, the pains that you had, how they've psychologically affected you. And this blanket, it's healing for me. And it's so wonderful and soft, and it's going to keep me warm. And then we have the other two eBay bags. Now, I also bought a gnome from Dawn and Mary, and I don't know where the gnome is. So maybe I've got another package over here from Dawn and Mary. Maybe the gnome's in that big package. But anyway, we have these lovely warm socks, and this I won as the door prize. I bought these things at Kajun Roots Reseller Hump Day Auction, where he has guests on, and Dawn and Mary are there almost every week, selling and bringing good items. These covers for laptops and tablets. I don't know what they really run. I mean, people on the go, people that fly, ironically, that need oxygen occasionally when the cabin depressurizes. Those traveling business people, they need these. And it's just a wonderful document case, too. Definitely going to keep one of these for myself. And I'll probably put like a file inside and put my YouTube and eBay and online receipts and stuff in. Definitely need something like this to keep all of those business cards. I could put a business card holder in this. I know that's really old school and you're supposed to put tech in this, but I don't know that I have the tech to go in it. This has a limited lifetime warranty. Very nice. And here's the website for the company. It feels very nice too. What a convenient item to have too. These, I love these. And that it says eBay deals, and I buy so much stuff online. I just love that. I do have an eBay account. I don't buy hardly anything from eBay because I go to YouTube online auctions with eBay sellers that are reducing their pile of inventory, their inventory that's not selling at the prices they want, and they just give discounts on online auctions to friends and family. Well, I wouldn't say, well, friends and family. Yeah, that works. But this will be loved, absolutely loved. And no matter what has happened in my past, I'm going to give aid and comfort to myself first. I'm still going to be a giving, generous person, but I'm going to start changing how I do some things. And for those of you that know about Marty will absolutely, positively be taken care of. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying myself and my family first, and then friends. And that's the way it should be. And even though there are times that there are issues in the family, we need to deal with them, and we need to deal with them quickly. And if you have a young person in your family that's seen some drama or has seen some trauma, please get them help quickly. Don't dismiss the effect of family events and just move on like everything's normal. When something happens, it happens. And it needs to be dealt with psychologically for everyone in the family. That's like now when there is a mass shooting, most schools bring in counselors for everyone. Now, when something tragic happens like that, of course, the family and the closest friends of those people that were affected or who passed away, they need counseling immediately. But there might be a kid in that school that didn't really have a formed relationship, but maybe they had a crush on somebody. I mean, you just don't know in that student body population who had feelings or thoughts about or experiences with all the people that were affected. And the same thing in a family. If there is a divorce, even if it's a divorce of an aunt or uncle or a cousin that's, part of your lives, that affects everybody. And also, I want you all to think about, as you go about your relationships, that people aren't interchangeable as far as your partners. And people should make more of an effort to stay together and be loyal to each other in those relationships. Now, when this happened in my family, this was in the day and age that all this was shocking. And those things aren't so shocking anymore. They're more commonplace. But I would say that a young girl who is a niece to a divorcing couple where the woman has been betrayed is affected, even today, even though it's a more commonplace thing, because every child in that situation, the nieces, the nephews, the sons, the daughters, stepchildren, godchildren, adopted children, all the children in that family are seeing this playing out, and they're going to need emotional support through this. So hopefully there's a grandmother there that's dealing with it okay, that can talk to the children about what's happened, because nobody talked to me about this except for my first aunt, that her and her husband had adopted me, and all she had at the time was venting bitterness. Even I love her when I talk to her today, venting bitterness, because she grew up in the 50s and she grew up being completely feminine and ready to be a wife and mother for the rest of her life. In my generation, I had a reasonable expectation of that, given where I was from, and I didn't receive that either. And today, I feel so sorry for young women that want somewhat of a traditional life, even if that involves them having careers and employment. It did in my generation. Careers and employment were part of it, not necessarily in my subculture, but in the culture of the United States of America as a whole. My generation of women, for the most part, wanted to work. But it was a choice. So give comfort, give love, give concern to all the children involved or near a situation like that. I didn't know that this unboxing was going to bring all this out in me, and necessarily doesn't have anything to do with Dawn and Mary at Two Hip Chicks. They do ship and invoice professionally, and they have a wonderful variety of products, and this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And I paid very little for it, and it's something that's going to give me comfort all winter long. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.